Amelia was a talented graphic designer, her days consumed by deadlines and pixel-perfect perfection. She had an eye for detail and a heart yearning for freedom. Noah, on the other hand, was a software engineer, tethered to his screens and code but dreaming of simpler times. The two had met in college, bonding over their shared love of quiet moments and late-night conversations. Though their careers thrived, something vital felt missing, a sense of true connection and purpose. The city had grown cold to Amelia and Noah, not in temperature but in spirit. They'd spent years chasing goals that never felt like their own, and now they sat in their tiny apartment, watching raindrops race down the window. Amelia's voice broke the silence. "Do you ever feel like we're just surviving, not living?" Her question lingered in the air. Noah looked at her, his eyes tired but full of warmth. "Every day. What do we do about it? We leave. Start over, somewhere far away, just you and me." It was a wild idea, but something about it felt right. Over the next few weeks, they planned their escape. They sold what they didn't need, researched remote places, and finally settled on a cabin in the wilderness, miles from the nearest town. As they drove out of the city, the hum of traffic faded, replaced by the whisper of trees and the distant call of birds. For the first time in years, they felt alive. The cabin was far from the idyllic retreat they had imagined. The roof sagged, the fireplace was clogged with soot, and the air smelled of damp wood. It was a far cry from the cozy haven they'd envisioned, but it was theirs. Their first night was spent under a leaky roof, wrapped in blankets, listening to the rain. Amelia cried softly, overwhelmed by the enormity of what they had undertaken. Noah held her close. "We'll figure it out," he whispered. One step at a time. The next morning, they began the arduous process of transforming the cabin into a home. They repaired the roof, cleared the fireplace, and cleaned every corner. With no electricity or running water, even simple tasks became monumental. But with each challenge, they found themselves growing closer. They worked side by side, their laughter often punctuating the quiet of the woods. By the time autumn arrived, the cabin was unrecognizable. Amelia's garden flourished with vegetables and herbs, and Noah had built a small chicken coop. Their days were filled with hard work, but their evenings became sacred, a time to connect and reflect. One crisp evening, Amelia decided to surprise Noah. She spent hours preparing a meal with freshly foraged mushrooms, garden herbs, and a trout Noah had caught. When he walked in, the cabin was filled with the warm aroma of roasted fish and bread. "What's this?" he asked, his smile wide. "A thank you," she replied, her cheeks flushed. "For everything." As they ate by candlelight, Noah reached across the table and took her hand. "You know, I didn't think I could love you more than I already did. But every day out here, you prove me wrong." Tears welled up in Amelia's eyes. In that moment, the hardships, the doubts, the sacrifices, they all felt worth it. Winter came swiftly, blanketing the forest in white. The cabin was warm and cozy, the fruits of their labor evident in every corner. One evening, as the wind howled outside, a knock echoed through the cabin. Startled, they opened the door to find an elderly man, shivering and barely standing. "I got lost," he said weakly. Amelia and Noah hurried him inside, wrapping him in blankets and offering hot soup. The man, Walter, was a retired woodsman who had misjudged the storm. Over the next few days, as he recovered, he shared tales of his youth and offered valuable advice on surviving the wilderness. In turn, Amelia and Noah shared their journey, their struggles, and the love that kept them going. Before he left, Walter gifted him a handmade journal. "Write your story," he said. "People need to hear about love, resilience, and the courage to start anew." As the seasons passed, Amelia and Noah's lives intertwined with the rhythm of nature. Their journey taught them lessons they never imagined. Lesson 1. embrace the unknown. Leaving the city was terrifying, but it taught him to adapt and find beauty in uncertainty. Their struggles became stepping stones to a more fulfilling life. The leaky roof and the harsh winter tested their resolve, but overcoming these challenges brought them closer and made their achievements all the more meaningful. Lesson 2. Find joy in simplicity. They learned to cherish life's simplest pleasures: a meal made from scratch, the warmth of a fire, the quiet of a snowy night. Their candlelit dinners and the satisfaction of growing their own food became symbols of a happiness they'd never found in the city. Lesson 3. Togetherness is strength. The wilderness demanded teamwork, and every obstacle they faced strengthened their bond. Whether it was fixing the cabin or comforting each other during tough times, their partnership was the foundation of their resilience. Amelia and Noah's story isn't just about leaving the city, it's about discovering what truly matters. Their journey shows us that love, perseverance, and simplicity can create a life of profound joy. If their story moved you, subscribe to our channel, Soulful Connect, where we share tales that inspire and uplift. Tell us in comment what you like most in the story. Let's rediscover the beauty of connection, together.